you? It's Mike and Michelle, and welcome to our live tonight. I teased you with things being, oh, I thought I was here. Let me just do my Chalking with Michelle design that my beautiful future daughter-in-law made me. Don't want to miss that. But let's get back to it. I teased you with my post that today I was going to be doing a mammoth project. And it is so big, and I have a very large table, but the table's being taken up with all the paste that I'm going to be using, the surface I'm going to be using, my computer, my light, my apparatus. But while I'm waiting for people to check in, for those of you who don't know me, I am Michelle Batters. This is my lovely husband, Mike.
Lovely.
Lovely. Lovely. He's going to be assisting me tonight because, like I said, this is a big one. And if you're not familiar with Couture, we're a company that designs transfers that are current with today's trend. They're reusable. They have a sticky back, and they can be used up to a dozen times. I've used this one about a dozen times today. This is the transfer to make these little rectangles, and I still have use for being able to do this more. And as you come in, please say hi so I wave or something so we can see that you're there. You can't always see people when they first come in. So I'm just going to show you, I'm sorry. I'm sitting there because I am so far away from my table, it isn't even funny. This was the seed packet that I used on here, and there's 6 panes in this window. And like I said, this is the glossy side of our transfer, and the back I just labeled seed packet. This is our Plant Dreams seed flower packet collection. This is a really big transfer. Each of the transfers, each of the flower packets are 2 layers, not counting the layer that I put down for the flower packet. I'm just going to put that aside. There's several reasons I jumped ahead. Is one, time. Trying to do all this and set it and center it would have been a lot of boring things, time for you to watch it. Not counting the prep of this window that we've had sitting outside for years. And my husband, being a professional window washer, did wash it, but then I did smudge some stuff. And
I also did some pre-testing to see how it would react on the glass.
which we had some issues with.
The reason she put that down and let it dry for a long time was when she layered it, it started pulling the packet off.
Yeah, it pulled the white off, and I don't know why I followed all the rules of when you are doing layering.
But it may just be when you're using glass. It's a whole different ballgame.
Or the consistency of your paste that day, the weather, what sign you are. I don't know, but
But hopefully we've got it.
Hopefully, and I don't mind a little distressing because this is a very old.
The window is distressed. It's
yeah.
an old window.
Old window, and we did seal it, but we're probably going to end up sealing the entire project when it's done, and use a chain or a rope to that it can be hung.
But you need a big wall.
You need a big wall, yes. And I will be chalking, not that you can see, but you can see the wood here. There's a wider one, which when I turn things around, you'll be able to see, and I will be doing some chalking there as well. But you'll see there's little white marks here. These are registration marks, and that's to help me line up so that the pictures are centered where we want them to be. So just a reminder, we have a couple days left till Tuesday, midnight Mountain Time. I guess that would be 2 a.m. our time. That for our Transfer Palooza, you buy 3 transfers and you get your 4th one free. And that's for every 3 you buy, you get your 4th one free, the equal or lesser price. So I want to get moving because there is a lot to do and I don't want to spend too much time playing around. Now these, I'm going to fuzz. This is the one I was using a lot today with testing, so I'm not going to fuzz it as much. And I'm going to need Mike's height possibly to get it on the.
You're way off.
I know. Can you? Because I'm short and I have to have this away from me so you guys can see what I'm doing. Do I need to fuzz it more?
I think so.
What I'm doing is I had this inspiration. Andy Warhol inspiration meets rustic. So my flowers, you're having a tough time? And so I'm going to be doing multiple colors in the flower itself. And then with this second transfer, the layer transferred on top, I'm going to do a darker color just to anchor it. But when you are doing layering, do you think I need wax? Do you think maybe that's, if I waxed it, that would help prevent it from, because that's one of the things they tell us to do is the wax surface, but I don't know if that's, you know, if the layering, if this,
wood.
yeah, but I mean, I do have the little waxing stick. So I'm going to be doing 4 colors on each transfer, on each panel. And these should be pretty good shape because I was working on it. Now what I want to do is, this is my darker color. I'm going to put that on first because I want the words to stand out. I don't care if it gets blended some, but I did practice. Now I'm just putting blobs. These are all different color blues that I have. And I'm changing it up a little bit from my sample. And I'm being careful not to cross-contaminate. So I just needed a little, some of these kind of blended together and made another color, which was pretty, but it kind of defeated the purpose of what I wanted to do. You know what, I'm just going to use my finger. I don't know. I'm just going to use my finger, making sure I don't get messed up. And what I'm going to do is use different fingers, somewhat different fingers, and mush it around.
Would make it easier.
Well, doesn't much matter at this point. It's going to get blended. But can you get me a paper towel, please? And I'm just going to, you can't, I try not to put too much on, but it's hard to judge. You can't save this paste unless you're putting it in a jar of mixed paste. Create your own monster color. This kind of looks like Sully, doesn't it? Oh, okay, we still have, I'm not going over the registration marks again. Now I'm going to pull this back slowly. So far, so good. I have a little bleed, but I'm not worrying about that. Trust me, I am not worrying about that. And then what I'm going to do is dry this. I've been debating about if I should move to another color and come back and do the top layer on this. Like this.
Maybe you should.
Yeah.
Move around.
Yeah, I'll just move along and then come back and just put the top layer.
Just see the color you're going to put on the top.
Yeah, but I do like this look. I like the distressed look. Not that it's really that distressed, but I'm just going to put the next layer. What do you mean? It was here. There you go.
And dry these as we go along.
Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the paste jars away, that, or at least put the lids on them and get them out of the way, except for the one that I'm going to be using. Like I said, I warned this was going to be a massive undertaking. But I'm glad I added the Couture teal. I was afraid it'd be too bright, but it just gave it enough oomph in it. So what I'm going to do is this, I'm going to be doing the dark. I'm just going to put that over to the side. Now, my next, now that was called a bird's eye flower. My next flower is called zinnia. And I'm not trying to match colors to the flowers, you know, because I don't know, flowers come in all different colors, and I am not an expert at all as to what color certain things should be. And just to show you real quick, each transfer is 2 layers. We have D1, D2. So that shows you what order the transfer should go in. So I'll take the D1, and I'm probably going to need Mike again after I fuzz this. This one we haven't used. And I want to fuzz it well so I don't pull up.
When you're working on glass, it really sticks.
Yeah. And with layering, when like I heated it, normally once you let things get back to room temperature, you're fine with it not sticking. But we have discovered today every trick that I was taught did not necessarily work. Pardon Mike's face being smushed up against it. That was all easier? Okay. Now these, I should have been stirring. This one's okay. As long as it's not in the, oh, it's in the transfer, okay. See, in the blue part, the teal part, it's not a big deal if there's a bubble, but you don't want the bubble where the silk is, because that's where you're going to have the opportunities of things bleeding through. I'm just stirring some of my paste off camera. Now, normally we like our paste creamy like yogurt, but sometimes you get paste that's more like cottage cheese and marshmallow fluff. It still works, but you just try to get it as moist as possible so that it spreads. It still all works. Oh, before I forget, this is my pesto. This one was a little clumpy. This is one that's going to go on top. So again, I try doing the writing, the lower level of it in the dark color, because it makes it show up a little better. I'm just going to put that there. I can use it on it because I'm going to be, no, I can put that there. I'm sorry. Okay, so I'm going to put some of my paste in different areas. It's a little much. Like I said, I'm trying not to put too much on, just because you can't put it back in the jar. this one. See, this is normal, our normal consistency. I don't know if it has to do with the pigmentation that, you know, the colors just get a little, whoops, move that one around more. And I am just, my fingers, this around more. My fingers are my tools for tonight. Just spreading it around. This is called the hot mess technique. And I'm just hoping that what I do, let me flatten that out, is that I get enough of a blend without losing, yeah, boy, I'm putting way too much on.
Yes, I know. Don't say anything.
Well, it's hard to judge when you're doing it.
Taste goes a long way.
Yes, a little bit goes a long way. Let's all say a little dab will do you. We're, like we said the other night, we're dating ourselves. But I'm keeping it right here that if I ran short in an area, I find a hole. Yeah, being short is tough in this project. I'm going to pull it back slowly. Oh, that's looking cool. Up, brought up a little bit of the white, but nothing.
Ooh, tearing out the middle of it. I don't know what
know
you're going to be able to do about that. Hopefully the other transfer will cover that.
Maybe I just did not. Maybe I didn't.
You fuzzed it a bunch of times.
I know. I'm just going to try to get it from this angle. That may be. Oh, well. Distressed. It's not terrible. It's really not that terrible.
It's in with the old window.
Yeah, fits in with it. And with the over part, it might cover some of that for the next transfer. I'm going to over fuzz the next one. So I'm going to put the lids. I'm going to put this is the overlay. I'm going to fuzz the bejesus out of the next one. Just trying to put the right lids back on the right jars. This particular project is definitely a two-person project. Now, this is what we like about Couture projects, is that you can make this, you know, I don't have to do this all in one day if I didn't want to, but the fact that I wanted to show it to you, yeah, I kind of had to make it a longer project. But if I was doing this just for myself, I wouldn't have to worry about it because I could just do it when I feel like it. So the project I did the other night, the cupcake wagon one, which was really funny, that's a 5 to 10 minute project. I could make it last longer if I wanted to, but you can have these short projects, or you can have the long creative test your patience strategy of projects.
Like some of the watercolor projects we've seen.
No, I could not do the watercolor projects. I am not patient enough for that. Oh yeah, don't get it on that. How's that, Mike?
Oh.
I'm trying not to let it lay down just yet. Again, when you come in, say hi. Just get it lined up and I'll put it down. So the next color I think I want to do is the pinks. That's fine. And I'm just pressing lightly. There's something
You don't
under
want
it.
it to bleed either. I think getting something off the fuzz cloth.
Well, that's not going to affect. I'm just trying to press down lightly, but firmly enough just so I don't get bubbles. So I'm going to be using my pinks now. And this flower is called Celine. Again, don't know what color it's supposed to be, but I'm just making up the colors I feel like. Just making sure my paste. I'm just going to add, when you need to add water, I can't do it on camera because I'm afraid of spraying my project, is you use distilled water only. I know those of you who has watched us probably say, we know, but we want to make sure people know that because you will get science experiment. All our products, all our paste is natural, and you don't want to add tap water in it because it has all those additives. I guess is a nice way of putting it. I'm going to just keep that just slightly thicker.
I don't think that has to do with, I think it has to do with the stickiness of the transfer.
I know, but I mean, just so it doesn't dry out. I'm just putting this.
That's what you use for the top.
Yeah. You can have that. Now, I'm trying not to use as much, but it's hard to judge. Because I do want to get a nice combination. But if you want to know the colors I've used, you pretty much can say, I've used every color we have. Pretty close, because there's 6 flowers.
Some of the darker ones.
Yeah, the 6
Except
flowers
black.
I'm doing, well, I'm going to do black on here. But yeah, on the flowers. There's 6 flower packets, and I'm doing 4 colors. So that's 24 colors right there that I'm doing, you know, so. Okay, so hopefully I'm doing enough. Grab my fingers. And I'm just going to, this one may not show up as much on camera, the coloration, because some of the colors are, where's the paper towel? I think some of the colors are subtle.
Off the transfer.
Well, you know what? That doesn't matter. Wash it off.
Because it's glass.
I hope I can see comment if people are commenting. I'm just going to use this because I don't want to get it on the white. I'm going to do this slowly. There are some slight variations, but I don't think you're going to see it on camera
Yeah,
quite
it's
as
pretty
much.
the same.
But there is, in person, you can see, yes,
A little way off on that.
lovely, lovely, lovely. Oh, yay! Okay, let me just put this with this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my first one, because then I'm going to have to turn this whole board around so people can see what I'm doing.
I think it's a cat.
Well, I wonder if our daughter ordered food.
Now, when our- this- Nope.
What did she say?
She's just saying they're getting food. They want to know if we wanted it. We already did.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is go back over here. This is B1. Okay, move some of this.
Oh, is that the one?
Oops, I just bumped that. Let me dry this one just quickly so I don't smear it. Now, what we did with this frame is my husband cleaned the windows, the glass and all, but I have this burlap scrapbook paper, and we cut it down to fit inside of the window from the back, and then used glue, hot glue, as a caulk of sorts. So that's how we did that. Now there is a tiny little crack in the one corner on the lower left, but we're not worrying about
Actually,
that.
when I took the caulk out, that came out. I had to glue it back in.
Okay. Let me just do this one more time.
It's
Okay.
not a crack, it's a piece of timber.
So can you on this one? You think that's too sticky still?
We'll find out. And there's the
Well, we'll be fine. It's a wireless collar. Probably one of my husband's customers wondering, when is he getting back to work?
sales call. Check that one.
I'm going to I'm just going to do this lightly. I'm just trying to get into, I'm not going to make sure I get in all of the transfer, the blue, but the teal blue, but I'm just trying to make sure I'm getting into the opening parts of the transfer. And I'm going to have to scrape. And so hopefully, fingers crossed. Oh, so far so good. Oh, yay, 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 yay. That worked. I know I sound like a lunatic, but I am so happy that that worked. And then once everything's dry, we'll go back and remove the little registration marks. It worked, Mike.
Well, I thought they might be calling to cancel.
Okay, it's
Oh, there you go.
it's beautiful. The colors are really coming through. So that's one down, and I'm going to give it a quick dry. I'm going to be entering this piece into a contest for that our upline holding for us. Something that represents spring. How much more spring can you get than planting flower seeds? Okay, so this is my problem baby, the zinnia. But I really like that you can see the different blues. And I will post a picture of this.
But if what it pulled off really bothered you that much, you can just clean it off and start over again. But
I'm not worrying
we're
about
going to
it.
see what happens when we cover it with the second transfer.
There's not a lot of stuff in that area, but it might be enough just to
Cover up a little more.
cover up a little more, yeah. But again,
Hopefully not rip off a little.
yeah, that's what I want to make sure it doesn't rip off a little more. I'm really going to super fun. See, that first one I did, we've used it a couple times with practicing the technique.
F2.
Here's F2. That's why marking your backings with identifying markers help so that you get it back on the piece that it fits best on. But the other one we used a few times, so this one is the first time we're using this, so I'm really, really, really fuzzing it. Oh, you know what?
You pull the comments up.
Well, I was in a different screen, so people were there, I'm sorry. Okay. That's the second one, the zinnia. They still could see what we were doing, I just couldn't see them.
I just think what you're gonna do.
Yeah, see this paste, I'm not thrilled with the consistency, but, and I've squirted it down and squirted it down. I'm just gonna do a teeny bit, see how well it's spreading fine. They said you really don't need a lot. Just going over it lightly at this point. Slowly, Mike. And you can start things at a corner, but you want to really pull evenly, not from a corner, so it doesn't distort your. Oh, that covered a lot of it.
Not really.
Not really. Okay, from the angle. I don't care. It looks good. I like it. Like I said, I was going for a rustic look. I thought the angle I was at, it looked more covered. But you know what? Art has imperfections in it, and I am okay with that.
What you could have done was gone over it again before you talked.
I didn't want to do that again because I was a different.
You wouldn't have the white behind.
Right, so I'm not worried about it. And that's the nice thing about when you're the maker. It's done when you say it's done. It's fine when you say it's fine. If Mike was doing this, it might bother him enough that he'd say, you know what, I want to wash it and start over. I don't mind the imperfections. Makes them unique. This way someone can't do the exact same thing.
You can take a rock and just break the window.
Yeah, yeah. You're wackadoodle. Okay.
Window washer telling me to break them.
Yeah, here you go, sweetie. Get the paste I want. Okay. There you go.
I keep thinking we're moving down to the next level.
Well, we're going to, when we do the next level, we have to, I'll be working upside down.
Yeah, these
Not great.
are kind of smushy.
What's kind of smushy?
The
register marks?
Register marks are kind of smeary.
Yeah. You can see the dirty glass now. And he did such a good job washing them, too.
Several times.
Mm-hmm. See, I've seen people do this. Can you wipe that lid off? And they do it beautifully, but they do it that it looks like what the flower is intended to look like. Um, Natural picture, and it was gorgeous, and I loved what they did. But I figured everybody's doing that. Let me do just something a little more unique. At least I hope it's unique to me. So, what I am making our raspberry sorbet is probably supposed to be green leaves. But again, I'm thinking I'm channeling Andy Warhol and just adding a little pop art. Slowly I peel. Oh, this is looking good. Looking good in the neighborhood. Wouldn't it be? Isn't that pretty? Oh man, I am so, and that's the nice thing about, where's my, oh, I gave you the link. This is the nice thing about Couture. You don't have to be an artist. I mean, I do quilting, and so I know that's an art form, but I'm not an artist. I am a maker. I just don't want to hear this when we move it around. Okay, once Mike's hands are free, this is the B2. He's going to help me move this. Now I'm going to be working upside down. See, it'd be easier to work on if I wasn't trying to allow you to see what was going on.
Just put it on the floor.
Yeah, or just not worry about where.
Now you can see there's a thicker
And
piece
I'm
of
going
wood
to
that
put
she
it.
can put something on.
Yes, I will. So let me see. I think I'm going to do the dahlia next. And again, I have to remember I'm working upside down. But at least we have the black dahlia. So that's why I'm doing the dahlias in the purple. Because I figured black dahlia probably wasn't really black.
Since we flipped it around, do you want to start there?
No, I'm going to start here because I'm anchoring the blues in the opposite corners from each other.
You have that all figured out to begin.
Not really. It just kind of happened that way. And I might rearrange. I might do the reds in this corner. So I might, that was just circumstance, happy accident. I should have Mike start putting some of this paste away. I should stir. And like I said, you may say, well, why doesn't she put the darks on the bottom and then do the highlight, with the light color on the top? You can do that. That's the great thing. You may think, you could be artistic and you know the rules. I don't know the rules. I just know what is appealing to me, and I'm looking at it as the dark kind of anchors it down. This is another one of those luckies.
Well, this one registration mark is useless.
So we'll just get it as
This one. I had to the first time.
where am I putting my paste?
Let me try and line it up without the other.
What did I do? Oh, I put it there. Okay, I'm going bonkers, peeps.
That's what it's supposed to be.
Again, since this is called the dahlia, and I know there is something called black dahlia.
I'm on this one registration, but you're off the.
I'm off.
I'm off. got it on the package.
Again, worst case scenario, and I wouldn't make you sit through the video for it, is we wash it off and redo it. That's, to me, the beauty of this.
Oh, the bubbles are
Okay. So what I'm going to do is just be upside down, and I'm going to put some of my Regal for the words.
Is this one over there?
I think that's what I'm going to do.
I'll put that down while you're working on that.
Okay.
Try and get ahead of things a little bit here.
This down?
Yeah.
It looked
On over with my finger.
it just looked off. Okay, I'm going to have to reach in front of you, though, Mike, to get the... This is one of those pastes that's more spongy. Again, I just wondered if it has to do with the pigments. And this one's nice and clean. And I'm being careful not to cross-contaminate my stuff here. Wipe my fingers here. Then this, oh man, I have colorful fingernails. Don't have to reach the squeegee.
I'm not going to push this down.
No,
Just have
that's
it lined up. So
that's fine. So again, this I thought I was doing good. This is called, we refer to it as the hot mess. It's a way of doing marbling as well. They said you don't realize how much paste you pick up. This is going to be pretty. Did I get everything? Sometimes because you're working with glass, you get a glare and you don't always see everything, and that's why an extra set of eyes. If I didn't need to move that fast. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, it's not on. It's not on right. Oh, yes, it is. There it is.
you want to get it there, but
The flower overlapped.
it goes right to the
Yeah, and it threw me. Like, oh no.
I made sure there was no glass showing through the side.
Very, very pretty. I'm going to hit it with my heat gun. I love that color combination. Isn't it beautiful?
It did pull some of the light.
At the top. That's good. But it's not bad. Hardly. No. Yeah. I can deal with the speckles. Okay, I'm going to put this.
So it helps if more than one is distressed.
Well, they all have a little something, nothing major. Okay, let me put the lids back on these, and then I'll do the one that you just did. Yeah, just trying to match my lids. I'm having fun. I hope everyone else having fun. I hope you're having a good day. I hope you're not going too stir crazy.
You're going stir crazy, you might as well do this and
Stir in your paste. Yeah, I was waiting. I just thought about that. Ugh. Okay, these I'm doing in the oranges and yellows because I know this one does have a yellow look to it. That's the only one that I know. The papaya. It is so nice and creamy. Oh, you didn't push down.
Yeah.
Okay, I just
I didn't
remembered.
want it to stay stuck there for an extended period of time.
No, it's okay. That was me.
Close this one several times.
Now I'm just looking for squeegees.
I threw a few down there. Well, there's a container behind yours over here that I haven't put away from the other day.
Put in there
Friday night chocolate.
that I'm leading.
Um,
We haven't got. So if you haven't voted yet, vote. The picture is posted under the video for the Friday night chalk fight. Still haven't heard from a lot of people that normally vote. Okay, so it's funny because even before the virus, this was something Mike and I started doing together, and it's really, I think, it's brought us closer together in ways because normally we'd be sitting around just watching TV, you know, and, and we still watch TV together and all, but it's just nice to share something outside of who done it.
she cooks, I do dishes, she does this, I clean the stencils.
Yeah, it's a good balance. I think so. I think I'd have a
Got the
lot of,
cleanest hands in town.
yeah, I think I have a lot of support. I think a lot of my friends would think this is a balance of convenience.
I do dishes and windows. What more could you want?
But you don't do our windows. I want our windows done.
I get that every time I redo a room. How often is that?
Not nearly enough. Never. Probably I didn't put enough this time. Get a towel to wipe my fingers.
One thing I can do while I'm standing here is get rid of the registration marks for the ones you've done.
Just make sure everything comes out smoothly. I didn't even use that much, and I still, like I said, the nice thing about this, a little goes a long way. But this project, you do waste some. It's like in sewing, if you want to fussy cut something. I think this is going to be cool looking. Do it slowly. Well, it took a little. Oh, it took a little more. The word didn't show up.
paint's dry or the
Yeah.
paste is dry.
Let me just get my finger. Just see if that puts some down. Yes. Not as dark as some, but it's definitely dark enough. Ugh. Feel like a sergeant handing things off to you. So one more to do for the base color. And let me get the lids back on. And then once the flowers are done, I'm just going to be putting some words on the Y part. Mike might end up doing that because of my short stature. Because I can't do it. Yeah, but then people aren't going to see what I'm doing. Like I said, I'm using 4 of each colors in in the family, similar. I know I may be pushing it a little bit, but okay. Now I'm just going to, I think I want to do this. And I didn't do what I should have done. I did it on the other ones. When I did the words first, I kept it a little, yes, I did do with these. Just doing it again. I didn't. Just because rubbing against the transfer makes a noise. So I'm going to leave this on thicker so it doesn't dry as fast.
Switch places and transfer.
Sorry, each for my still water. Almost out of this. I think I have another red, but this is the end. Don't do that. I didn't dry it well. Just leave it, please. No, I have to put another cover on
That's
top.
what I was asking.
No, I haven't.
Ooh,
What?
I put the registration.
Oh, Mike.
I'll line it up.
Yeah, you're right.
Ooh, what she said. Ooh, what she
Nobody's
said.
watching this second.
Yeah.
You're getting ahead of yourself.
I'm getting ahead of you, yeah. Well, it's 2 colors, so it looks like you've already done the top.
I know this probably should have been in the pink, but it's going into the reds. I need a.
I was trying to get ahead of you on those. I guess I've been falling behind.
Oh wait, can I use? No, that one's used. Just need one. Thank you.
Got you throwing sticks in the while I was doing
Sticks and
transfer.
stones.
It's not like we don't have plenty of these things.
No, I gave a couple to Alicia, so. So all I'm doing is making a mess. Finger painting, something kids would enjoy doing. With my fingers. I'm sure I put too much on again. Ugh. I'll just swirl this around a little bit. And paste. Ooh.
Did that come out?
No, I just got it. I don't know if that's going to help. Trying to stop it. I made it bleed. I'll be okay. And some of these transfers do have distress stuff built in, but not all of this is built in. Get my fingers off of the sticky. Okay, let me put lids on. And then I will dry that, and then I will do the top layer. This is what I'm keeping for that. Okay, so we'll do the dahlia first, and I will fuzz it really well, and Mike will have fun
Lining it up.
lining it up.
What about the registrations? Okay.
Some dry paste. Just no, it's loose.
I know.
You can't wash the glass.
Well, you're gonna have to wash it around here
Yeah.
with the streaks and stuff.
And if you're watching this on replay, remember to share. I'd appreciate it. Is that too sticky? Yeah, I don't know how you line that up when you.
Line it up with the phone.
Oh, I didn't dry that one. I like the look of it. It makes it just look like old seed packs.
Distressed.
We will find out. All these flowers are beautiful. And the detail that goes into the transfers. There's a big difference. We even fall into calling them stencils because that's what we've always been accustomed to. But this is a true silk screen, and the details are beautiful. Slow. Do it slowly. Very cool. Very cool. Mike's gonna have to put the E1 here. Well, I need to fuzz it. We dry this. A1 probably the dahlia or something else. Or you put it on the wrong one. That's what I really think. The stress did get hidden more. There's 2 more flowers to finish. I think I need to place that just. See if I can. Guess you may as well since you're here. Does that feel? I thought that may have felt too sticky. I fuzzed it again.
Push down the center. So this is another one of the registration. That one's bullseye.
You done? Wow, it's funny. I thought you could see other colors over.
No, it's the center. So.
This is when it's nice to have extra squeegees and stir sticks, so you're not.
And an assistant.
So you're not. I mean, he's been washing them as it is. Can you imagine if we had 1 or 2? Now I am scraping, but I'm doing it lightly because of it being layered. Just putting the excess back in. Looks beautiful. Put the lid on it. Gonna hit this with a little heat. We had some of the distressing around the wording, but it's still legible, so I am not worrying about that. Kids driving you crazy?
Let them do a small project. Let them do a small project.
Yep.
You've got bundles on here.
Yeah, on my VIP site, which I will pull up, I have bundles. I have stuff that you can do with your kids, something, for older kids, for younger children, and for grown-ups. Again, this could have been done just with 2 colors for each flower. I chose to get a little more creative, but it's going to be beautiful. Let's say again. It's going to be beautiful. I mean, this would be beautiful on fabric. I was trying to find, I have banners and I had them out, and I don't know where I put them.
I put them up.
They were in tubes. Okay.
In the other closet.
That feel better? Ken, if you're out there, say hi. I know this is a long one. I'm just be glad we did the prep work, or this be a 3-hour thing.
Double check to make sure it's where it should be. I've got it on registration. Just to double check.
Trying to see if it's really not going to cover the distressed areas, but it's okie dokie.
Now it's underneath the other one where it didn't cover the stress.
But again, if it really bothered me, and it's not, I just wash it off and start over. I kind of like the distressed look, personally.
It wasn't a distressed window.
Right. Voila. Put the lid on this.
Put a lid on.
Put the lid on. Now Mike's going to get some chalky time in once I dry this. I think it looks beautiful. Again, kind of pop art meets rustic. Now, like I said, this particular transfer, it's called Plant Dreams Flower Packets. And there are words that go with it. And I don't have enough room to do all of it. I just found it. Would you let it cure for a moment, please? Thank you.
Nothing to do with registration marks.
But it's Plant Dreams, Pull Weeds, and Grow a Happy Life. Put that up there more. So I have room to put Plant Dreams. And
Working upside down.
yeah, working upside down.
I don't think you're going to have to fuzz that as much as you can.
Because it's going on the wood. I want to move this transfer out of the way so I don't get hung up on it. And I may add a bow to this. I will see once it's 100% done. Now it's a matter of finding my black. Oh, here's, get this out of the way.
Let me ask you a question. You could do pull and then put happy life over here, or you don't want that?
No, I don't want that. I just want the Plant Dreams. Yeah. Sometimes you just keep it simple. Not that the rest, because the rest of it isn't.
I keep it simple. People keep voting for you.
I kept mine
Because you
simple.
don't keep it simple.
I kept mine simple. Sort of.
Trying to center it here both ways.
I didn't bring up the tape.
Well,
So
this goes like this.
It's a
but
curve.
It doesn't,
There is a slight
the
curve.
P goes down farther than the S, so I'm just trying to make sure that it's here, here. It's centered right to left. And it appears because the P goes down farther and the D comes up to here. So I think that's,
Do you want to do that?
looking at it upside down, it looks like it's right.
Well, do you want to pull it out so you can see it better? Like pull it down closer to you so you can see it better, make sure it's lined up.
No, I'm just saying it's hard to tell because the P goes so low. It looks like this is pretty much centered.
Okay.
Weeds grow A. Maybe I can just guide off of that.
I just pushed it down, sorry.
Cut that in half. I didn't think of that.
I thought that's what you were doing.
I can guide off of that.
Looks good in the computer.
This comes to here, it comes to here. It looks like it's centered. I think we got this.
Okay, well, since you're taller,
I think we got this.
I gave you the brush, right? Or I gave, oh, you laid it down back there. Just make sure you don't get the other lettering.
I know, I can look it down.
Well, with the P. This is considered our small squeegee. Now, we didn't wax this. We did put a spray sealer on it.
Maybe it should have waxed wherever putting this.
We'll find out. You put that here if you need to. Looks good, Mike. Leave it alone. Slowly. The reason we like to wax, especially on old stuff, is that we don't want to mess up our transfer with paint peelings and stuff like that. Looks good.
Plant dreams.
So what I am going to do, well, let me put this in the water bath. And then I'm going to do a quick dry of what Mike just did. Did any stuff peel off the wood in the back of the transfer?
I don't know.
Because I think some of it may have. I just want to make sure it gets off the transfer. Wipe it off before. Okay. So what I'm going to do is go back and transition into this and hold this up. Watch out, Mike. I don't think you're going to get to see it all in one shot. You're going to have to step back, Mike, and hold it up. Okay, now. So the Plant Dreams is reversed because of the way the camera is, but that's it. It's beautiful. I think we did a nice job. That's the window, and like I said, I might end up putting a bow or something on it. I don't know. I do like things simple, but you can put it back down, dear.
Let's put it down.
Okay. This is. I took the corner out. But yeah, so again, let me put up let me get to my VIP group. As Mike was saying, I can offer bundles and specials in that group. So if that's something you're interested in doing, you can either write add me in the VIP, add me in the comment section, or join my VIP group going to www.chalkingwithmichelle.com. And if you see project, if you like this project and you want to duplicate it on some level, you can go to my store, chalkcouture.com/made by Michelle. And if you can order from the store directly, again, we have our Transfer Palooza going on. For every 3 transfers you buy, you get your 4th one free, equal or lesser value. And you can do that over and over again. If you are a person who loves doing subscription boxes, we have a subscription program called Club Couture that you get a transfer and paste packets every month to do a project every single month. They're exclusive. Only our Club Couture members and designers are privy to these, so we do not sell them. to our customers, only our VIP customers in the Club Couture. That's $19.99 a month plus tax, and no shipping, free shipping. Yay! Love it when you hear free shipping. And Couture Couture has help with shipping for customer orders. It's a flat rate of $6.95. For any order that a Club Couture member chooses to put in above and beyond their subscription box, you get a flat rate of $4.95. And there's also perks going on throughout the year for our Club Couture members. Everybody is privy to this sale that's going on right now, the Transfer Palooza. But Club Couture members, we have a store it and adore it promotion going on for some storage solutions for your paste, your transfers, and your tools. You get 25% off as a Club Couture member. And if you would say, hey, Michelle, what's involved in doing what you're doing? I'm curious. I have a lot of questions. I don't want to be strong-armed. I just want answers and make up my own mind. I can do that for you. If you're interested in learning about Couture Couture, being an independent designer as I am, you just need to say join, and I will connect you to a video link, and you watch a video that should answer 99.9% of all questions. And if there was something more, then you can ask me, and if I don't have an answer for it, I will get an answer for you. We want you to be 100% happy with what's involved, and I want you to be 100% happy with me as your partner in business here, to be your fellow designer. So consider that as well. I appreciate you watching this. I'm sorry it was such a long one, but I think it was well worth it because it's absolutely beautiful. And I'm even, like I said, the distress marks in here, I don't even mind it. Does it bother you, Mike? Nope. I'm surprised because he's kind of OCD.
It wasn't a distressed window.
Okay. Well, thanks for joining us, and please tune in again. I'm trying to go on, do a live daily, and usually it's in the evenings, but I will put things out on my business page. Please like my business page, and again, please share. And hey, someone just came in. Hey, is anyone I know? Can you say hi? We just finished up our project. Get this off the screen so you can see at least a portion of it, bigger portion of it. But it turned out beautiful. So if you watch this on replay, please type #replay just so I know. And again, thanks for coming. Everyone have a great week, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.